Hello students, welcome to Suraj School Bhiwadi. Today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is graphical representation of data. So beta, till now we have understand about the presentation of data. Presentation of data, in which we have studied how to arrange the data in ascending order, then descending order, and then we have studied about ungrouped frequency distribution table, then we have studied about frequency distribution table, then how to calculate the range, and inclusive series and exclusive series we have understand up to the last video. So today we will understand the graphical representation of data. So it's obvious that all the questions will be done on the graph paper. So we can present the data by table, which we have studied, that continuous or discrete variable. So today we are going to discuss the graphs, bar graphs, histograms and frequency polygons. Histograms will be of two types, of uniform class size and the varying width varying class size. So today we are going to discuss the four types, that is how to draw the bar graph. Firstly we will discuss about how to draw the bar graph. Then we will discuss about the histogram. Then we will study histogram of uniform class size. In thirdly we will study about histogram of varying class size, means the class size will differ. Okay, and fourthly we will study about the frequency polygon. So these four type of questions we have to discuss in chapter number 14, exercise 14.3. So let's start. Firstly you can look here, we are studying bar graph. So beta, this is bar. Okay, so bar can be vertical and horizontal. This is the vertical bar, this is the horizontal bar. Fine. Now bar is looking like a rectangle. Clearly you can see that bar is looking like a rectangle. So in bar graph, how will you represent? A bar graph is a pictorial representation of data in which usually bars of uniform width are drawn with equal spacing between them on one axis, depicting the variable. So what I am telling you, a bar graph, let me explain you the definition of bar graph. What is a bar graph? It is a pictorial representation. It is a pictorial representation of data in which usually bars of uniform width are drawn with equal spacing on one axis. You can clearly see that a bar graph is a pictorial, means it is a picture. What we will do here, we will present data in which usually bars means a rectangle of uniform width will be uniform with equal spacing. The space between the width will be, between the two bars will be equal, and they will be shown on x-axis depicting the variable. The values of the variable are shown on another axis. Here we will show the value, here we will show the value, here we will show the variable. On x-axis we will show the variable, on y-axis we will show the values, and the height, these height will depend upon the values. I am repeating, a bar graph is a pictorial representation of the data in which usually bars of uniform width are drawn with equal spacing between them on one axis, depicting the variable. X-axis will show you the variable, and the y-axis will show you the number, and the heights of the bars. Width will remain the same, beta, clearly see it, width are same, and the length will vary depending upon the depending upon the values. Okay, so you can see here the width are same in every cases, but the height is different. Okay, so height will depend upon the values. So you can see the question here, A family with a monthly income of rupees 20,000 has planned the following expenditures per month under the various heads. So the variables are grocery, rent, education, medicine, fuel, entertainment, miscellaneous. So all these will be represented where? X-axis, and these are the values we will represent it on the y-axis. Variable we are going to represent on the x-axis, and the values we are going to represent on the y-axis. The bar's width will be equal. The width of the bar will be equal, and the length will be changed. Length of bar will be changed, and there will be equal spacing. Now you can see the solution here. So here it is x-axis, here it is y-axis. Now you can see the variables grocery, rent, education are presenting here. So firstly the grocery is a 4. So 4. So you can see the value here. Now equal spacing. Then rent is 5. Okay. Then education is also 5. Then medicine is 2. Then entertainment is also 2. Fuel is 2. Then entertainment is 1. And miscellaneous is also 1. So here depending upon the values, the height are differing to each other. So in this manner you will prepare the bar graph. So beta, what are the things to be care while preparing the diagram? Firstly, the variables, you will show the variable on the x-axis. You will show the values on the y-axis. Width will remain same, spacing will be same. Height will change depending upon the values. Now next topic is histogram. So what is a histogram beta? Histogram is generally used when the class interval is continuous. Okay. Continuous series we will draw the histogram. For example 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So this, for this kind of data we generally present the histogram. So remember that ki in the bar graph there is a spacing between the bars, but in case of the histogram there is no spacing. Okay, so what is a histogram? Firstly let us understand the definition of histogram. A graphical histogram is a graphical representation of a grouped frequency distribution. Grouped frequency distribution with continuous classes. Classes will be continuous, and for grouped frequency distribution we are preparing. Okay, so in bar graph we have studied that width doesn't play any role, but here the width will play a role. Earlier in the bar graph you have studied that width was not playing any role, but here the width will play a role. Okay, you have to see that the class